So we're currently doing the plaster board works, that's the ceiling for this 2-bedroom house. And I'd wanted to take you through some of the things that we're doing, or some of the things you should keep in mind when you're having your ceiling works done, especially using plasterboard. So this is the porch, and you notice the color of the plasterboard. So this is green. And the reason why we chose to go with this particular type of plasterboard is because it's outside. So this is a waterproof plasterboard. So in case you never knew that the types of plasterboard that do exist, there's waterproof type of it, then now you know. So this is the waterproof type of the plasterboard, which is purposely used for outside work. So this is the outside or the porch ceiling. You notice that there's a design that has been created within it, and this is held by the materials that are used. An example is the perforated corners, the wall angles, and the rest. So if you look closely, you might see some metal strip around it. So that's the perforated corner. So that is what assists in the making of the designs with plasterboard. I'm going to take you inside the living room. So this is the living room, and you notice the design in here. So it starts, or it spans from the living room all the way through to the kitchen area. So you can see that. Let me just take you down so you can see some of the material. So this is the Omega. You have the plasterboard, the normal plasterboard. So this is 9 millimeters. Then the screws that is used to screw. So this is that part of the screw. So this one is purposely for the wall. So there's wall blocks as part of it. And then you have the perforated. There's a wall angle that is over there. You have the perforated corner, which is by the side of the wall. So this is the kitchen area. So this is like one big space because of the open concept plan that we are using for this the kitchen. You can see how messy it looks with so many screws, yes, and wall angles, perforated corners among others. But once everything is done and the andro is done, or the skimming is done on top of it, you notice that it looks entirely different. I'll take you to some of the rooms that has had that done. So over here, you also notice that we have a lot of cables dropping because of the quantity of light we want to use, as well as some of the cables in the middle is for the ceiling fan. There's one over here. There's two for the living room, and then also there's one middle light for the living room section. Yes, so I think we have a total of like about 14 or 15 spotlights. There's also going to be LED strip light, and within the design, or in the corners of the design. And then also when you come to the storeroom, so this is just a flat design we went with for here, as well as the utility room, which has an access panel that leads into the ceiling in case we have to carry out some works within the ceiling. So this is part of the reasons why I mostly prefer to have open roof as compared to secret roof, because within the ceiling you have space to be able to carry out especially electrical and then plumbing work. So now let's step into the corridor. So this is the corridor. This is the design we have for the corridor. Very simple, just similar to that of the porch. And then when you come to the bedroom, so you notice that this room has had the andro done on top of it. You notice that there's a difference compared to what we saw at the beginning. So this is what it looks like. So we're going to be having cables drop for the light, and then also for the ceiling fan. Let's go to the bathroom or the washroom. So you can see this as well. You notice, I think from this point you can see the metal strip. There's a perforated corners, which is used to support the plasterboard, and it helps with the making of the design. And then let's go into the other room. So you also notice that this room, so yeah, they just finished the installation. The andro is going to go on top of it. You notice that the corners has even been done. Yeah, and then you have the middle part. So this design is similar to that of the other bedroom. And then you also have the washroom, which has the same design as the one we just came from. So in total, you notice that there's like about 3 different designs. So the design for the porch, which is the same thing for the corridor, and then the design for the 2 bedrooms, And I think it's been a total of, I think 4 designs. The design for the 2 bedrooms, and then you have the design for the washroom, and then also the living room. But maybe the living room can be similar to that of the living room. So maybe you can take 3 different designs or 4 different designs, depending on how you are looking at it. So this is still that's the living room. So from the left side all the way through to the right side, and you can see that. So yes, plasterboard, using plasterboard against P.O.P. In terms of installation, plasterboard is much faster because you already have the materials. All you need to do is just screw them into the way it has to be, especially in the ceiling. Perform or do your designs. Some probably just choose to go with simple designs, flat designs. Some also would want to have some complicated designs and the rest. And as part of it also, you can also install wall, corner molding all around the edges. But for this design, we are not using corner molding, because if we were to use corner molding, it would increase the cost of it. So in as much as we are looking at having something very nice done, we are also having in mind the cost, so as not to spend so much money. So for some of the materials, you have the plasterboard itself, you have perforated corners, you have wall angles, you have the screws, you also have the omega, which is also used. Among others, these are some of the materials that are used for plasterboard installation. And for after that, to have it schemed, you have to get the mesh tape, which is purposely for the designs, or the joint, especially where 2 or more plasterboards are meeting. You have the mesh tape that is used on that section, and then you have the skimming powder, which is applied on top. So in terms of the powder, there are different powders available. There's skimming powder, there's P.O.P powder, among others. So you need to know the right material so you don't later have any issues. So I just wanted to take you through the ceiling works which is being done. And once you see this, once it's completed, then you notice the transformation from what it looks like while work was ongoing, and then the after of it. Yes, so far so good. I'm really liking how everything is turning out. So once we complete this phase, what we anticipating doing next is to have the electrical fittings done. So the lights, the fans, the socket, switches, among others. And the reason why we have to do this is because we are looking at doing the tile works on the ground, and as part of doing that, we need electricity and cutting the tile. So once we complete with the ceiling works, we will next do the electrical fittings, and then after that we will go ahead to do install the solar system, a system that will be able to use to work, especially during the tile works. And then after that the solar system is done, we eventually have the tiles done, that is the floor as well as the walls for the bathrooms and maybe the kitchen area. We are still looking at whether to have the sections of the wall tile for the kitchen or not. So once we entirely are able to decide on how to go about that, then we eventually get it done. So yes, so that's what we are looking at doing. We still have some things to do to be able to get this building completed. And as I have been sharing updates with you, definitely you get to see what we are doing and how far we are going with everything. So you appreciate the journey. And also I'll try and share cost with you on how much we spent so far, the breakdown of it as I've been doing, so you're able to have in mind what you're expected to spend when you're having something similar like this to being done. So that is basically what this looks like now. And in case you have any questions, let me just show you. So that's the powder in the corner we are using for the ceiling. That's the skimming powder. So this is a total of 9 bags. That's the mesh tape, which is over there. So that's the mesh tape over there. And you have the materials I was talking about. So the wall angle, angle perforated corners. I think basically those are the ones that are here, which are all going to be used to support the design at the top. So and these are the plasterboard which has been cut for the corners within the ceiling. So these are, you notice that they are the same measurements that has been cut over here, and that is going to be installed shortly. So far so good. I am really impressed about the work done, and I must say it's all about communicating to make sure that what you want done is what is done. So you notice that there's a bit of distance from the wall through to this point. Yes, so we had to discuss this very well to make sure that the installer is understanding or getting what has to be done. So the same size all around for the living room, and then for the bedroom we went with different sizes because of the size of the bedroom. So it's not so much like a very big bedroom, so we had to take all that into consideration to have something that doesn't look entirely off from the bedroom. So we'll be having the air conditioner come at that point, so where you have the cable in the corner, so that's where the air conditioner is going to come. And for this particular room, you have the TV, you have the socket for the TV, you have the light, you have the lights for the washroom, and then you also have the lights for the mirror, which is there, and then you have the lights, the fan, socket, and the air conditioner switch as well for this space. The same thing you have for this place too. So the same thing over here, yeah, basically the same thing. So in terms of material wise, total number of plasterboards, I'm sure people may be asking, we've used so far is 47 pieces, so you just have to check the prices of where you'll be buying in case you have something similar to this you want to have done. So we've used a total 47 pieces of plasterboard. The green ones are so the 47 is just for the white ones, and then the waterproof ones are 5. So you can say in total 52 pieces of plasterboard to have for both the internal part and the external part of this building. Yes, so I think I should just bring this video to an end for now, and in the next or subsequent videos was we are looking at what the final thing looks like, that we are able to talk about the cost and whatever we have to look at. So that will be just about it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. In case you're new, kindly go ahead and hit on the subscribe button, and then don't forget to hit on the bell so anytime there's a new video you get to see it. So I'll see you in the next one.